Welcome to Core Finance. I'm joined by Matt Brown. Morning to you, young Matt.
Morning, Moose.
Big day Thursday, first day of autumn for me. Marks and Spencer's jumper out. But
is it? Okay,
there you go.
Good stuff.
Right, let's run through some headlines. Let's kick off with markets flat as investors await the Bank of England. We've seen that inflation number, 2.9%. What's going to happen today?
Well, look, I think the vote's going to be 7-2. There's not going to be a big change. We've got two new members coming in, and they're unlikely to want to rock the boat. The key thing is the kind of wage growth isn't there really for the Bank of England to start raising rates. We may see a kind of 6-3, some people moving to the more hawkish stance. We've seen sterling rise on the back of strong inflation numbers. We had weaker than expected wage growth numbers yesterday, and the wage growth is the key. Sterling rallied on the back of it, gave back a little bit yesterday. I think it will be in focus certainly around 12 o'clock and looking at the minutes as well. I don't think there'll be a surprise, but we'll see what they say. I mean, it could be a more of a hawkish start, and it is the members voting is going to be.
To add to that, we know Simon French, Pamela Gordon, chief economist, courtesy of David Buick, saying that he thought that this inflation number was a blip. Right, let's move on to FTSE 100 stocks. Next PLC for young people, catalogues and the likes reported today. What were the headlines?
Headlines actually better. Well, the headlines weren't great, but looking forward, they're basically saying, look, we're raising our guidance. Actually, it's not going to be as bad a year as it could be, but the in-store sales are down, I think, about 7 or 8%. Online, it's all about online, and we've spoken about that before, but it's the strategy and what they're going to do with the underperforming stores. They're going to close them. Some of the stores that are performing well, they're looking at having concessions in, so Prosecco bars. So if you go in and buy your pants and socks, you can have a glass of Prosecco. Now, I mean, this may help their rental income, but what it means is to get the footfall, the traffic into their stores. But they're starting to move into a kind of Selfridges style setup, and really it's the bricks and mortars trade that we've talked about. But it's their strategy, and they're spending more on the online development, and they're closing stores that aren't performing. So the upshot of it, they're up about 10% today, and Marks and Spencer's are up as well. Maybe it's because you bought your jumper, but maybe it's because of the next numbers. Who knows?
I've got to say, there's Waitrose just opened where I live, and the number of shoppers in Marks and Spencer's, particularly in the food, has depreciated significantly.
But John Lewis that aren't listed today have come out, and their profits down halved. So there is an issue, and that's Waitrose as well. So
right, let's move on to small caps. We've got, hopefully, Venture Life.
Venture Life.
What's the headline there?
Yeah, it's
a piece in the Daily Mail at the weekend.
Exactly. It's a pharma company, but they're involved in lotions and potions for skin, hair, and nails. So not my cup of tea. But anyway, they're performing well. They've got a strong portfolio, doing well in Europe. We've had Jerry Randall, the CEO, previously on the show. Hopefully, get him back in soon. But it's cosmetic products, and not only is it women's products, it's male products, and there is a shift as well, or a greater shift upwards for male cosmetics. So we'll have our lotions and potions on for the studio next time.
Let's talk currencies. The Great British Pound, Euro, Great British Pound cross 90.08, and cable, Great British Pound against the US dollar, 132.13. We saw Ronnie Chopra here a few weeks ago suggesting fundamentally he thought it was 140. And we all tickled, didn't we, at the time?
We did,
and the technicians were saying it was going down to 120. A very difficult pairs trade.
Indeed, very, very difficult. And we'll see what the Bank of England delivers today. And that could be key. If it may disappoint the bulls on sterling today. But you know, it's really kind of the 134, 135 range. A lot of technicians saying that's a kind of illegal. Yeah.
Okay, broker upgrades, downgrades. We've got Macquarie, ITV, pre-rec neutral, new recommendation, underperform. Price target £1.10.
Yeah, almost half. This report came out yesterday, and they're basically saying, look, the consumer ad revenue is bad, and it has been bad over the past 3 to 6 months. Going forward, that it's not going to be great as well. The thing is now, advertisers don't want to spend on advertising on television. They're looking at different avenues. They're looking at Facebook, Google, etc. So the money's not there. Now, Liberty Media have a holding, 10%. Exactly, a holding of 10%. Could ITV, I mean, we've talked about it many a times for many a years, could they be a bid target? Macquarie are saying, well, yes, potentially they could be, but the takeout price is down at 125 and the stock's trading at 150. So really, you want to see it down at £1 before you have the takeover play involved.
Understood. Let's talk core number, a third. What's caught your attention there?
A third, this was a report by Mittal basically saying only a third of Britons would be comfortable if we became a cashless society. So it goes to show cash is king. Between the ages of 25 and 34, it's about 50-50. But it's important on today, the release of the new £10 note that has come out. I don't know whether it's vegetarian or not. If it is, maybe I'll buy a burger with it. But it goes to show, and we've talked a lot on the show about kind of Bitcoin currencies, and obviously these are virtual currencies. It's the appetite for cash, and the appetite for cash is still there, obviously, with the older population. But the youngsters still, it's 50-50. They like to have cash in hand for their paper round.
Oh, I love going in restaurants where they're only dealing cash. Right, let's wrap up with the economic calendar today. 12 o'clock, Bank of England rate decision. In the US, the CPI number at 1:30 and the initial and continuing weekly jobless claims.
Obviously, Bank of England, look out for that. But don't forget, we've got the CPI number out of the US. This is a big number. So if it's nothing done on the Bank of England, all eyes to the CPI. What is the dollar going to do on the back of that? How will that affect the US equity market? But in the meantime, let's see what Mr. Carney has to say.
Matt, thank you very much indeed.